Hello, and welcome back to the series. In today's episode, while I've been away at school, Dad and Spence have been working on the car, and it's come forward in leaps and bounds. They've given the car a heartbeat. In order to get the heartbeat on the car, Anthony lent us his code reader, and we used it to get these 3 pages of error codes from the car. For each one of these, we're going to have to go back into the machine, find out where the plug is, and how it's broken, and if we still need it anymore. You follow me to the front of the car. When the car was first crashed, there was wires tangled up, broken everywhere, snapped off. Right here on the left-hand side, you can see wires and tubes are just snapped. These wires weren't even connected to the car when we picked it up. It's going to be a mess and very difficult for us to find out where these go.
Morning everyone, Monday morning. Thanks for everyone that commented and said all the nice things about the car and what we're up to, and especially my boys. Mitchell's at school, but I got Spencer here helping me today. So today we're going to do the wiring. So let's get in and do that. So first thing we're going to look at is the accelerator pedal and cleaning up this wiring down here, because it was, as you could see yesterday when I was welding the pedal up here, it was a mess. It was all bunched up and caught up in here. So the small issue that we've got, of course, is we've got to fit all of this, and there's already another, if you look in here, Spence, there's already another computer stuffed up in here as well. We've got to fit all of that up into this small area here. So, well, we're going to work on that this morning, and after we've done that, we can put the accelerator pedal in.
My job, while Dad's doing the wiring, is to fit this gear shifter in, so we can then put the center console in. Wow, that was a lot harder than we thought.
Right, so yesterday Spence and I attacked the wiring both inside the car and out. Slow going. It took a long time. But we'll show you what we're up to. So what we've done here, Spence can shine the light on for me. The other thing, of course, it's winter time in Australia and it's very dark. So this is the original relay box, fuse box, ECU box. Anyway, we had a lot more room to fit that in the A5. We have very little room here left to put it back in its standard position, which we have to do because there's no way I'm lengthening all of these wires. So anyway, too much hassle to do that. But we managed to get, if I lift this up, and shine the torch in there, Spence, all of the relays and all of the fuses back into their standard position. They just click in to a little position down here. To do that, and then we've got the ECU sitting on top. To do that, we had to heavily modify the back of the box that it goes in here. In the past, in the A5, the ECU sits down inside the car, and also this box itself would have been this way in the car, another at least sort of 100 millimeters, so we've just no room. I've managed to leave the top seal on all the way around the front and down the side, and then to go with that, what we've done here is heavily modify the box. Took a couple of goes, but there we are. So that's all done, and I know it's not totally waterproof, so we're going to call it water resistant. So, but luckily for us, water doesn't run uphill. So that will go in over there, and that should take care of the ECU good enough. And here's what it looks like, reassembled, using all the standard fixing points. Also, what else we did was put in the accelerator pedal, which is up there, and clean up all the wiring here. So we still have more to do. We've got the fly-by-wire throttle pedal to go in. The OBD sensor we'll put somewhere where we can get to. Some relays, which we might be able to locate up out of the way somewhere. And another big fuse box and relay box, as you can see there, to get out of the way. Once we can get them out of the way, we can move this accelerator pedal over here a little bit. Really only has to go 50 mil. And we should be ready to go as far as that section goes. So, getting there. It's all these little jobs that take so much time. But that's all part of building a car. Didn't say it was going to be easy.
It's been a couple days since our last entry, but during that time we've got a lot of work done. We've finished off putting in the dash together, so we've added in all the little parts here and all the covers, and of course behind the covers we've finished up most of the wiring. We've tidied a lot of it up, a little bit more to do, but it's looking really good. We've also finished the pedals. We've, as you saw in our last video, we've put the Z on this one, and we've added the panel on here so we can reach it better. And in the middle of the car, we've finished off putting in the console, which even has 2 cup holders. We've also got the seat in, which is fully adjustable, as well as the steering wheel, which is fantastic because no matter what, we'll always be in the best position. The reason why the adjustment is important on the steering wheel and the seat is because there's 3 of us going to be driving this car, and we're all a little bit taller than each other.
It's Friday. It is 2 minutes to 1. Mark that day down in history, because not only is Spence sitting in the car where it feels fantastic and looks fantastic, we've got the interior light set up here. We're going to put the camera looking at the dash, because if we go down the back here, the battery's in, the positive terminal's connected. We are a negative terminal connection away from seeing if the dash lights up. So, let's hope there's no smoke. Let's hope that we've connected everything properly. Fingers crossed, we'll set the camera up and we'll let you know. Okay, so Spence, first time I just want to connect the battery and make sure everything's okay.
Yep.
And action.
Whoa.
What?
Everything's making noises.
Right, we've got things clicking down the front.
Lights came on the dash, and then the little lines went. They're like,
Ooh,
they went off
okay.
their head.
Spence, I don't know what the clicking was at the front,
Don't
but
know.
I think
the
it's
CD
time.
stacker was working.
Really? And the lights, oh, we got lights on the, so we have lights here in the center console. We have a, well, we had a hazard light on. Don't know if that's good or not. But Spence,
it all just went off.
Mate, go for it. Put the key in. Push. Oh dear. Hang on. All right, well, nothing's working. So we're going to have to... So, nothing's working. All right, well, one thing we haven't done is check to see if the battery is fully charged, so that might be a good step. We'll get back to you soon. Well, we've got power. We haven't got any smoke coming out anywhere, so that's a good start. And Spencer's been having a little play here. Spence, what have you got the ignition on? So we've got ignition.
Right.
And then we have...
Just gonna try the radio. Ooh.
We have got this. So that's a good start.
That's
we've...
an old car, which is why.
And is this... How's that work again?
Just
Oh, okay. All right, so we've got the dash working, at least some of the dash working, but not all of it. We're going to have to go through and just find out what's going on. But I mean, it's bonkers the amount of wires. We've got some kind of pump noise coming from up the front here. We're not trying to start it. We haven't got the fuel set up yet. We haven't got the fuel pumps even wired in. but we have got our fuse box and our ECU all in. There are a lot of big plugs that we just really aren't sure where they go or what they do. Yep, we're going to have to leave it for this episode, and or at least for this bit of recording, and see what we can come up with. Okay, it's Saturday morning. As you saw, yesterday on that bit of video footage there, we were pretty flat and pretty disappointed. There was one plug under the steering column I couldn't find a home for. Anyway, we pulled the steering column out. Spencer's in the middle of putting it back in now, but right in on top there was a steering sensor. And Spence, you having fun?
Yeah, lots of fun.
What a bastard. But, and this is the big but, check it out. Woohoo! Turn the dash on, it all works. Even the fuel pump's pouring fuel out. So we'll turn that off. Hallelujah. One plug to rule them all.
So here's the issue we're having. Ignition on, apply pressure on the brake, press the start button, and everything dies and it comes up with service due. If anyone knows how to fix this, please write to us in the comments. This concludes this week's episode. There's only a few more jobs to do before we can get to starting the engine, things like the radiator, intercooler, and fuel system. After this, we'll be having a lot more fun in this build. For next week's episode, things will be a little quiet. Restrictions here in Queensland have eased. Dad and Spence will be going back to work and it'll leave just me here. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. Subscribe and smack that notification bell. We'll see you all next time.